Good evening, good evening, good evening. Come into the J Spot. We're placing your G Spot every Thursday from 6 to 7, giving you real relationship talk, real relationship drama with the best night of your life. Your host, Jay, and Simply E, hold on, get ready to enter the J Spot on IntellectualRadio-Com.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to the best night of your life. Woo!
It's been so long. Woo! I forgot about that.
You have entered the J
J
Spot,
Spot.
where we are strengthening
Relationships
relationships
and
and families, one conversation at a time.
Yes.
On IntellectualRadio.com. We are an iHeart station. I'm your host, Jay.
Ooh.
And sitting next to me, we have my co-host, my partner in crime, sizzling, sexy, simply E, author, actress, businesswoman, sex kid.
The person that's gonna
Lay
whoop
right.
somebody's ass over there. Keep it up.
Hey E, how you doing? You come in with your boxing gloves on. Just give him a combination for me.
That last Negro got me last shot. I didn't die. Walked in the dishes. I'm ready. I got a gun for your ass.
Do not stop. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio, and Jay is spelled Jaye for all three. All right, it is officially. Can you believe that this year is almost over?
Girl, I can't wait for this moment. 2020 been acting up. It's like the little red stepchildren. You just be like, damn, where you come from?
Man, I'm just like, I swear it seems like just yesterday that it was March and that we were just out. I mean, literally, it feels like yesterday my son and I were out celebrating his birthday on that Thursday. That Monday, the world changed, and we won't be the same. That has not been the same since that month. It's just like, oh my goodness! Like I feel like it's been the Twilight Zone.
It feels like it might be an episode of Twilight Zone.
It's so crazy. I'm just like, oh my goodness! I just thought as I was getting dressed today, I'm just like, wow. I didn't get a chance to wear no sundresses, no one pieces, no anything. Like, I mean, it was nothing, nothing to really. I didn't get a chance. Like where I look, I'm literally getting dressed. I'm like, Dad, it's October 1st. Where did summer go?
It went. It came and went.
It don't even feel like it came. It just feel like it went from COVID-19, the beginning of COVID-19. We still in COVID-19. That's just all how it feels. Like no downtown. Like
I haven't even gone since. Well, I don't really go downtown that much anyway. But I don't think I've actually gone any time this year downtown and just enjoyed downtown since the whole quarantine routine.
Right.
I drove through a few nights ago. I was going way north somewhere. I was like, oh, it still exists. Oh, okay.
All the stuff. I have not been downtown not once this year. I mean, and I know I like to go downtown a lot. Like, I mean, I just like would just get on the train and just ride the train down there just because, or just go get some popcorn, or just like walk around. But I'm like, this year, I'm like, I don't want to be on a train. I don't want to be on anything, let alone going downtown, because right now this city got some issues, and not only the city, the world. Lord, these folks with this presidential debate. I'm gonna tell y'all one thing right now. Leave me alone. Leave these folks alone. Let people, if they decide they want to vote, it's their right. Don't be talking about some people posting statuses with, if you vote for this person, then just unfriend me now. Listen, everybody has different political views, different things. First of all, they both Satan. I just don't understand. So, they like grumpy old men. That
movie die first. I mean,
The one that's smiling in your face or the one that's going,
in the back.
Now me personally, I'll give me a monster that's gonna come for you. That I know. Listen, I know
you're a bastard.
Listen, Jeepers Creepers, look up, he come to snatch you.
It's that time of year again. Yeah.
But see, it's that Michael Myers, them type of folks. You turn around and wait a minute, don't. I don't want that one. Just come on, be who you are, face value. That's who I can appreciate. But listen, this whole world, 2020 has just definitely been very interesting. I will say that. But guys, again, thank you so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio. And Jay is spelled Jaye for all three. Guys, our first hot topic. First of all, you all, we got to do better. We got to grow up, especially if you are in the 30 plus age range. We got to do better. So now here's the scenario. The man, a couple, they meet. The man he meets, they go out. They have been talking for some time. They decide to get together and go out on a date. Go on a date, so having nice little date-ish conversation and whatnot. And so the topic of sex came up. Mm-hmm. And so she said that, she doesn't believe in sleeping. She's not trying to sleep with anybody. Her goal is to get married, not to put that, on him. But she's like, I'm just kind of trying to do something different, right now in my life. And so he's like, okay, you know what? That's fine. I can respect that. And he goes on to say, I don't spend money on women that are not my wife. And I'm just like, okay, so my thing is, come on. That's like, is that a valid response? Or would you be upset if someone told you that, oh, well, I'm saving my money for my wife? Is that a legitimate excuse or a legitimate point? I would say, is that a legitimate point? Like, he's like, okay, well, you know what? I don't spend money on women that are not my wife, but had you slept with her, then you would have been spending money.
Well, why the hell you asked me out for a date?
Exactly.
That means you thought that I was going to give you some coochie after you bought me the steak. No, I don't want to give you any coochie after you bought me the steak. I'm saving my coochie for someone else.
Right. You can buy the steak, but I'll get a coochie, I'll get a hoo-ha over here. But my response to that is, you, sir, are childish. Please grow up. Like, come on. Are we still doing stuff like this? Like, she don't have to sleep with you because you're going out on a date. That's like, crazy. I mean, I don't understand. Like, you get to a certain point, like, okay, I can't not just want to have sex. Like, I mean, I don't want to have sex. I'm entitled to not want to have sex. So does that mean I'm being childish because I say I don't want to have sex? So you have to be childish, but I'm doing something for me. You spending your money.
It's not. Well, what she should have did, he should have let her know up front. And then I would have gave her time to prepare. Bought him a pocket coochie. Be like, since you buy me this dinner, I thank you so much. It's delicious. I love it. Go on in the bathroom. Go use this. Please clean it back off because the next idiot I got to use this for too.
See, I'm like, had somebody told me something like that, I'd have been like, okay, that's fine. I would have got the check, paid my bill, and I would have left. I mean, listen, an Uber, a Lyft is, here's the thing, like, this is such a waste of time. And if you are out there thinking like that, fellas, I'm just, like I said, I'm just going to be honest. Grow up, because the value of a woman's body has nothing to do with what you paying for a date. If that's the type of attitude that you have, then listen, there are plenty of streetwalkers out there that you could just go pay a fee and go break you one off and, keep it moving. But it's like, if a person makes a stance and say, okay, you know what, this is something that I'm doing for myself, how is that affecting you? Because they say that they don't want to have sex. Just like if you said that you don't want to have sex and she was to flip it around and say, you know what, then I don't date men that's not having sex.
That's so crazy. Why can't you just enjoy each other's company? Why I got to give it to you the first day?
People are so, and it's like, then you give it up, and then it's like the relationship, you did not get a chance to get to know each other. So it's like, now you got all of this crazy stuff happening, and it's like you could have saw it beforehand, but now you can't make a rational decision on if this is a relationship that you want to proceed forward with, because now your emotions and everything are all tangled up. Don't let them have put that hoo-ha on you real good. Now you know you can't see straight. Now you know you cannot make a rational decision because that's the emotion that you're making the decision out of. You're making that decision based upon the feeling that you're getting right now when you're thinking about, oh my Lord,
That was before I tell you.
the things that he did, the things that she did. Oh my Lord, that's what's influencing your decision. So it's like now you've cut out the opportunity for you to really get to know them because listen, they not put it on you. Now you seeing stars every time you see their name, every time you see the number, you like, oh, like your body start. Listen, don't
What's
get them
his last
after.
name? I don't know, but girl, I can tell you what that print looked like. I can tell you that, girl. I know it, girl. Listen, what's her last name? I don't know, but man, that snapback, she got that wet and gushy.
I know her Facebook name though. It said Miss Lady on the one, Miss Lady on the come up. That's what her Facebook name. But I don't know nothing else.
Yes,
you've lost that window of opportunity to get to know that person. So when I've had people ask, well, what are you waiting on? They wait for when they ready. You don't have to. They don't have to be a specific reason. Just know you may not be entitled to. Every person that buys a meal is not entitled to the hoo-ha. Like, oh well, we're gonna go out. Then I'm gonna go ahead on and we're gonna come on back to it. Listen, get out of here, you dirty old creep, you childish. I mean, to me, that's just like the most childish thing ever. And it's like, oh, I don't even want to have nothing to do with that. I don't even I cannot even deal with that. It's like, come on. Oh, well, okay. Well, then I don't pay for women that are not my wife. Good. That's why you'll never have a wife with that type of attitude.
Use your left hand and your right hand, and you should be good to go.
It's like, again, if you have that attitude, a person, anybody, be it man or woman, you have the right to not want to have sex. It doesn't, just because you go out on a date does not mean that, oh, I'm obligated to have sex because of a little funky meal, fam. A little funky meal. You probably wasn't even good company anyway. So it's like, a little funky meal. And now you thinking that, oh, yeah, it's payday. Listen, I could pay for my own meal. Don't need what you're saying. So what they saying? Because I know they're going in.
Gary Oldham said assumptions are made. Men want the sex and women want the dinner or the security of marriage. But, how'd you get all that from? Okay. Tasha Jordan says, I honestly don't feel that it should be any sexual intercourse going on the first night. Tasha also says there are other things to look forward to other than just sex. Dion Jackson, hey Dion, she says keyword value. And LaJuan, ain't LaJuan out of the country?
Right?
LaJuan says, so good that I can't see too far.
You can't see straight. You sitting up here, you looking cocky at it because they don't put it on you so well. So now you can't make a rational decision. But all I'm saying is, like, fellas, if it's your train of thought or your mindset that, okay, if you're taking her out on a date, then she's obligated to have sex with you, then you, sir, are childish and you need to just go back and let that be known up front. But again, you guys didn't take the time to know each other because that conversation would have came up way before
on the phone.
Before you agreed to go out on a date. That's all I'm saying.
If y'all would have got a date, if y'all are grown, listen, all you gotta do is say, you know what? Hey, as I want to get to know you, great. Let me let you know right now, I ain't screwing. So I'm just letting you know right now, I ain't screwing. So we want to go out on a date, we can go out on a date. If you want to do this thing as Dutch, let me know beforehand. Don't try to get me to the restaurant and you be mad because I ain't trying to get you no coochie. I bought a pocket coochie just for you.
I'm not buying them no pocket coochie. I'm not buying anything. I'm gonna buy my meal and I'm gonna get up out of there.
I'm gonna buy the pocket coochie just for you. But I'm gonna let you know. Now, somebody previously used this because it's washed out. Same thing with a regular coochie. Somebody ain't no virgins anywhere. Them virgins are slim to none. So I'm looking out for you. So this Gucci's washed out and ain't nobody touched it since the last dude that took me on a date. So, and it's clean. I made, so I'm letting you know, I sprayed it with bleach kill everything just about. So it's
Oh
clean. You ain't got to worry
God.
about it. Okay, that's gonna look out for you. I'm helping you out.
No, 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 no. Again, like I said, if that's your stance, I mean, you are entitled to feel that way. That's entitled. You're entitled for that to be your stance. Just say something. It's like, why wait to get to look? Look. You say you messing up my time. I got some other hot topics and some things to be writing and coming up with. Instead of wasting my time messing around with you with this mess.
Brandon says, "What about hey Brandon pause?
Hey, Brandon.
Fails. What about women who intentionally give sex for a meal? Well, hey, that's what she like to do.
Right.
So, hey, he happy. It's a win-win for him. She got the meal. Hopefully, he ain't taking the Burger King, but she got the meal and stuff. She said, "Come on, tap this wet and gushy," and she good to go. Hey,
And that's what she
Roxanne.
decided to do. So it's just like, okay, if that's what you guys are on, then that's what you guys are on. Knock yourself out.
But don't set me up to thinking that we're going out on this date and really we're going on this date, but you expect to get some Gucci from me at the end of the day. No, I'll be petty. I might have, in my car like a cat in a cage in my car. And so when he talking about he want to get that good, you do. I got something just for you. I'm gonna give it to you, baby. I'm gonna give it to you. And I'm gonna have a cat. Now I'm probably gonna give him a male cat. Just to be because he might want some boy Gucci. So I've been giving him that. Here you go. And they go use some boy Gucci. You want a girl Gucci? Here you go. So which one you want? Now they want the furry one or the bald one? Because they got a little strange little bald looking cats too. It's all up to you. I'm looking out for you. And the bald one is like Asian, so you even get a little
zing for your zing.
There you go. There you go. Look at that.
And see, now my thing is this. So is it implied, like, is it, unspoken that being in the 30 plus age range, you go out on a date, it's automatically implied that we having sex. Is that what we're doing?
We going out on a date.
Right, because I'm just like, it's kind of feeling like, the older you get, if you decide to wait, or you just don't want to do it. It's not that you done been doing it all over the place and you done been passed all over. You just at a point where
I don't feel like doing it.
I need a little bit more clarity, or I know what I want now, and I'm so okay with being the man or the woman that I am. I ain't got to do all that. So, is it wrong to feel like that, or do you have to say, you know what? Listen, girl, you in the 30 plus range. You popping that. You finna pop that. You gonna pop that thing at the end of the night. When I get this $125 bill, oh, you popping that thing.
Which one? You pop a pimple?
You dropping something. You dropping tonight. I don't know what. I don't care what you do. You drop your knees, your drawers. No. Something is being dropped tonight.
Yeah, Jill
Scott. Is that automatically assumed in being in a 30 plus range? Like you go out, you already know. Oh,
no, that's in the 20 range. That's what that is. That's in the 20, but it's like 30 below range. That's what that assumption is.
Right.
You're 30 plus, and this dude talking about, well, I took you out. Okay, thank you.
Like you can slow down a little bit. I can move with a little, caution. We about to pass over to the senior citizen lane. What you rushing for?
Even I think that like when I was dating a lot this summer and stuff, and I think the guys like they had made me some dude was making me lobster and shrimp. He
was trying.
Yeah, it was so delicious.
Like, come on, what you waiting on?
Every week I'd be like, oh, having dinner. Okay, this is wonderful. You still ain't get no Gucci. I just like no. I don't feel like it. And if I don't feel like it, I just don't feel like it. No. What do I really know about you that you earn my Gucci? No, I'm good.
So now what would you say to a guy that says, you know what do you mean by what earn your Gucci? I mean, you had sex before, so it's like it's being said and it's being tossed around that if you're not a virgin, then what you trying to wait for? It's not like you ain't did it before. I ain't did it with you.
I did it to conceive. I only have 2 sexual partners last time I checked. I had, my boy and my girl and my son. That's not all I know. I always you got some proof, and the pervert that licked my titty and put that all over some pictures of it last year. Get that restraining order against. Besides that,
oh Lord,
I can't tell you. I'm just saying. I can't tell you. Lawan says, question. Can you speak on this from the woman's perspective? Have you ever wanted to get it on the first night? We always hear about this from the man wanting the goods. Yeah, we all want everything is real here. You see a dude, you be like, we ain't even got to make it to the restaurant. You just want to hop on it real quick and just bounce. Like, yes, hallelujah, praise them. Then you got to try to hold some type of restraint. I mean,
Right, you have to have some type of decorum about yourself. But I mean, some people don't. I mean, I think it just depends on the individuals. It's like if she free, about it, and it's like this is what she do. This is what she wants to do.
she can
Rock
do it.
out. I mean, like who?
I've done it. Oh my god! And this, I was like, okay, you know what? I was feeling. I'm like, dude was nice looking and everything, and I was like, okay, man, I really, really want some. That we went out to dinner and everything. I was like, okay, conversation was great. We talked for a while though, but this was our first date,
Right.
and I was sleepy because everybody that know me, I get tired at a certain time, so I have to crash at somebody's house, and I crash at his house. The disappointment. That little dingling, that little thing. That you see that little you see right there, that little first little digit, right? That little dip on your little pinky finger. And I was like, wait a minute. It's been a minute, but but I had no urge, so maybe, but no, I got a snapback. So maybe I don't know. So I had to go in for a second time to see whether I was for real, but I didn't get to see it the first time. So I came by the next week and I was like, oh, I'm tired. I'm not tired. I just want to see was I really, what happened the last week, was that real? And
Am I dreaming?
And so then I had he turned he had the lights off, but then I felt. And when I felt, I went by his leg, his knee, and came up because I'm thinking maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe I'm gonna feel something down there by his knee and come up. It was nothing down there by his knee. It was barely something down between his legs. Hell, it was that right there.
Oh.
And then I would have been mad. I'm glad that I did do something with him because I would have been mad saying we had gotten together, we've been getting together, and now I feel some type of way for you, and now I think I'm in love with you, and you're in love with me, and we get engaged or get married, and then I hop on nothing after the night of the wedding. I'd have been pissed. I'd have been annoyed heaven. Dude, we call this a day. Oh man, you made me waste all my dang time.
So you would throw away a good
Hell yeah! Yes. Yeah, I used to be the queen of bring me on
yes,
little tiny one.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
What Oprah Winfrey say in The Color Purple? Hell no.
Okay. Yes, you did. You said you didn't care what was going on. You was like, listen, they need love too. So it's like, but no, my thing is this. If you have feelings for, I think that your love for a person, it changes the quality of the sex. I think it does. Like,
yeah, it does.
So it's like to throw a good man or a good, I don't know, like
Jay, you wouldn't even do it. Quit playing with me. Why are you talking all that mess? She's not even about to. She'd be like, I need to leave this right here at the altar.
Put this on right. See, but you know what? Like if you treat, I don't know. I think that it's just a combination of the things. So here's the thing: stand on yours. If you are a man that don't buy women, that don't go out on dates with, don't pay for dates for women that you're not sleeping with, let that be known, ladies. If you're not really giving it up and you ain't trying to be, listen, you either probably need to have this conversation up front, or just get good at having a whole bunch of girls' nights and bypass all this bull junk until you meet somebody that is, a little bit more on your level. But again, I think that's just a childish attitude to have.
Yeah.
You don't want to sleep. You don't want to, oh, well, I'm not buying no, I don't believe in spending my money. Then don't. Why are we wasting? Then don't waste your time talking and getting like the whole, just throw the
don't
whole
waste
dude,
my time.
The whole conversation. Just throw the whole thing away.
And see what a lot of people don't realize, or even some guys don't realize, if you are straight up with a female, if you say, listen, I just want to smash. If you truly say that to her, not in those words, and just say, I just want to see what it's like, whatever, I don't want to waste your time and try to get to know you and this and the other and then lead you on. I really just want to have sex with you. And that's it. You might get the coochie that honestly, you don't get it that way. She'll be like, okay, you know what? I can respect the fact that at least you blunt and you honest. You know exactly what it is that you want. You're not going to waste my time. You're not trying to have no relationship. You just want to hit it and that's that. She might say, you know what? Well, hell, I got an itch that need to be scratched too. Let's go ahead and just knock this on out. And if it's trash, we'll smash. I mean, well, if it's trash, I'll pass.
If it's good, we might hit it again. I don't know.
It's just like, it just depends on do what you
April.
feel, do whatever you feel, whatever it is that you want to do, then you do it. But don't feel pressured by anyone to, if you want to not have sex, then don't have sex. If you don't want to spend your money having a date, don't spend your money. But don't go out pursuing women when you know that you have that type of childish mentality, or let that childish mentality be known. Don't save it for the date. Now she feel like, oh well, I'm out there, because here's the thing: I'm just gonna slap down that Young American Express and pay my bill and go head on and head out.
Express. I can't pronounce that.
I'm gonna slap it on. I'm telling you, I'm gonna slap
like
it on the
playing
table so hard,
Uno.
like I got the big
dominoes.
joker. We playing spade. I got that big man, and I'm gonna be out of there. It's like, so don't try to talk to me as being my friend, because I would have respected you more had you said this beforehand. Then we wouldn't even wasted our time.
Nope.
Again, it's not about you spending your money, because I don't need you to spend your money on a date for me. If I want to go somewhere, I can go. Like, it's not that deep for me. It's the principle of the matter, as far as, you know what, you're going to these lengths because, oh, I decide this is a standard that I have for myself now. Maybe I didn't have it in the past, but okay, you grow. Okay,
yes,
I'm at a different point. I'm at a different place in my life. This is what I'm doing in this season.
So Tasha says it's hard trying to find someone that is not quick to want sex, but there is still someone out there that will be willing to wait for sex. Terrence Herring says, I met a female like that. She just wanted to smash. I was shocked. And that's the funny thing, when guys are shocked that women want the same thing. I mean, we both have sexual organs. You got a penis, you want to put it in a hole. I got a vagina, I want something to put something up in this hole. I mean, everything is real, you know.
And it's like, you just have to make sure that you are on one accord, because again, I'm not promoting one way or the other. I'm just saying, do whatever is going to make you happy, and make sure that you both are in total agreement with it. Don't try to hold your little dollars over her head because she's not having sex with you. And don't try to hold your coochie over his head to spend a
give
couple
me that
of
money.
you. Like, you got to be taking me here. You got to be whining and dining me. You, my lady, you need to grow up and get your own stuff, because any woman that got her own stuff will not be sitting up here telling you, oh well, you gotta take me here, you gotta do this before I sleep with you. Listen, I did that, came back, did it one more time. Why do I need to waste your time, trying to have you buy stuff for me? I mean, listen, listen, we all need, if you find in situations like that, you need to choose better. That's all I'm gonna say. You need to choose it ye this day, choose it ye better. Guys, listen, we're gonna take a short musical break. And when we return, we're gonna get into our next hot topic. You guys, we got a doozy tonight. You're listening to the J Spot. Hey.
And no, it doesn't take a lot to please me. I like my woman loyal and stays right by my side. Oh, yeah. She my body, I'm a glide and always down to ride. Oh, yeah. Let's not get it twisted. Gotta be a freak. My woman in the street. Gotta throw up in the bed. Ain't no limitation. We do it grown folks. Know how to climb on top and then she ride it like a rodeo. Oh yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Oh yeah, now that's my type for sure. She's saucy in bikinis, plus she bad and blue. She gotta compliment my style, that's how I do it. How much you love her? It's gotta be something about her that I like. How much you love her? I need to feel something special when I stare in her eyes. How much you love her? I'm very picky when it comes to my life. But when I choose her, I'm a spoiler for life. Say it's down to choosing love. Now I can stand the jealous side. Cause I don't do the drama. Whoa, no. I'm a choosing. I'd rather make love to relieve that energy. Oh yeah, she gotta know exactly what love means. And when I show affection, she receives. I'm a guilty lover. Cause yeah, I got a lot to give, but I'm too grown to play the game. I don't even entertain. Please don't get it twisted. Take it to the bar, then she move her body. It's gotta turn me on. She just like a cool, like an hourglass. Bigger than a slipper. Gotta watch her when she hands. Oh yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Oh yeah, now that's my type of sugar. She's so slim but cute, plus she bad and she got compliment my style. That's how I do. I'm a true lover. It's gotta be something about her that I like. I'm a true lover. I feel something special when I stare in her eyes. I'm a true lover. I'm very picky when it comes to my life. But when I choose her, I'm a spoiler for life. Say it's not to choosing love. Are you the one that I've been searching for? The type of girl I visioned in my dreams, babe. Are you the one that makes me happy, so happy? Yeah. The one that makes my life feel so confused, Can you satisfy my sexual desires, baby? Baby, can you? And can you be the one that's always in my fantasy? Baby, can you? Oh yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Oh yeah, now that's my type. She's so slim but cute, plus she bad and she gotta compliment my style, that's how I do it. I'm a true lover. It's gotta be something about her that I like. I'm a true lover. I feel something special when I stare in her eyes. I'm a true lover. I'm very picky when it comes to my life. But when I choose her, I'm a spoiler for life. Said it's not to choosing love.
Welcome back to the J Spot, where we are strengthening
Relationships
relationships
and
and families, one conversation at a time on IntellectualRadio.com. We are an iHeart station. I'm your host, Jaye. And sitting next to me, we have Miss A. How you doing tonight, Miss E?
She don't just her country action is so horrible. That is
How you-
so horrible.
No, I'm a Southern belle.
It is so horrible.
You know, you all, she always, when I try, okay, I try it to do the rightest
No.
thing. And
No.
she always knocked me
That
down.
is wrong.
But guys, listen, thank you so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio. And Jay is spelled
Jayye.
for all three. Guys, listen. Okay, so it's just been so much going on. So I saw this story in the news, and immediately when I saw this story, I said, "Oh no, this is some. If this is true, this is some bull junk. Listen, bull junk, junkie. It's just some straight bull." So now, Mr. Rivera. I don't know. I forgot the guy's name, but the Nyla Rivera. So apparently she's married. The sister was married to the guy Rivera. So the sister dies a couple of months ago. She just died like in March. So now fast forward to October, and her sister is with her man. So the dead sister, the sister that's alive, is with the man. So what do you guys think of that? Is that okay? Like, would you marry?
She ain't coming back. I mean, I'm just saying, she ain't coming back.
So, okay, so the sister was Naya Rivera, and the sister, Nikayla Rivera, 25, is dating Naya Rivera's ex-husband, Ryan Dorsey. So she's the sister. No, I don't listen. Oh, I will come back. I will hunt y'all every night.
You chose to die and leave me alone by my lawsuit.
So you go to my sister.
Hey, I'm trying to get closer to you.
Oh,
that would be the. And the truth out thing about it is, it's just like so.
Adriana said. I mean, Adrian said she died in July.
Right, and so now that's even worse. And so here it is.
It's cold. It's fun. It's cold. He needs something to snuggle up to. He can't go get the corpse.
Before. The doggone it, she don't even have a tombstone on her grave yet, you know, because they got to let the grave set before they even put the tombstone on there. So her grave ain't even set yet, and you up on his baseball stick. What kind of mess?
He's a man. She's a woman. They got needs, okay?
Not your.
And it might have been in her. She might have wrote a will saying, "I want you to be with my husband."
That's one part of the will that we are not going to be able to honor.
I just want you to be. You, my sister. I need you to do this for me. And she was like, "Okay."
So could you date?
I don't want nothing. My sister, boy, got opposite tasting. Oh God, I love my brother-in-law. That's my boo. But my other sister's not. And I love my other brother-in-law. That's my boo. But that one out in Missouri, girl, anything she touches, I'd be like, why? Like, no. Like, I would never, no.
It's just the whole thing. It's like if you've been with it's married, okay? I don't even want to.
They might not even have sex during the marriage. They might have just got married.
I know they was just that perfect look. Then what was we getting married for? We not listen. If we not breaking these walls in, getting married.
See, that's the problem. You getting married to get your hair pulled and everything else. They probably was getting married to just
all this hair
to be correct, and then when it's time for them to create children, they created children. And then that was the only time that they probably, had sex. And then they probably slept in 2 separate rooms because,
like Lucy and Ricky Ricardo did, but then how did little Ricky appear?
They had to come together to procreate, like it says in the Bible, and then they went on about their little separate.
Well, anytime, listen, you done been with anybody in my family, you done been with a friend. I don't, you sir are off limits, like you're off the market. Now I know people who.
I got somebody for you.
No, you don't. I'm good. Nope. No. I'm booed up. Y'all didn't know I'm booed up. What? I don't want you. No matchmaking. Mm-hmm. Oh, for real? I don't want you. No.
I have to put your matchmaking on block.
I don't want you. No matchmaking. No.
Why not?
No. No.
J Spot is available, waiting, and open.
No, the last time you tried to matchmake me, I had all kinds of decrepit people in. No.
That was social media. That wasn't me matchmaking. You tried to hook up with someone you went to high school with.
I know you guys from me.
Please give him your number. Please, he just begging. He in my inbox just blowing up. Please give me your number. I'm like,
no, I was innocent on that. I was definitely the man in the middle, and I'm just like, okay, I got this crazy one over here, and this crazy. I'm just like, oh Lord, I cannot.
No, I wasn't calling you like, oh my God, I just wish he could get his number. I was like, yeah, he's a nice dude. I left him alone, and he kept on blowing you up. And, please just get. Then the dude was stealing my poems and stuff. Like, dude,
that was funny. That was funny.
And then put it on your page, block me. Put it on your page and act as if you wrote
I
him.
told you all this time. I was always thinking that those. When you said this is my stuff,
that's my stuff. Like, who does that? People who have little penises do that. Men who have penises. I hope he is watching.
No.
Men who have penises that are, what is that, about 2 inches?
I can't.
It's about 2 inches. Enough that you can do the artist with. They will steal your stuff. They will steal your poems. They will try to put your heels on. You got to watch all these little tiny dingling men. You got to watch them.
My thing is, listen, don't be out here, have some type of decorum for yourself. Do not be out here dating your family's, come on. Listen, you going against the code. You going against the grain.
I need you to be with him after I leave.
No, you're not. No. This is not the 1600s.
We're both Aquariuses. He'll feel like, man, she's back in my life and stuff.
No.
I'm happy again.
You gotta have to find somebody else. You don't listen. You looking the wrong way. So please just find somebody else with that mess. But I just cannot see, especially being the family. Because I'm gonna say something. You come to Thanksgiving dinner with I'm just like, okay, so y'all really before we hold on, do not before you bless that turkey. let me get this off my chest. Wait, matter of fact, let me fix my to-go plate because by the time I'm done talking, y'all may be putting me out. So let me just go ahead and get my stuff now. But so y'all gonna act like y'all don't see that this girl up in here, this is she with the dead sister's husband. Y'all just we're gonna act like we don't see this. Y'all, that's how y'all rolling. All right, I'm going ahead and get on up out of here. You know, turkey dry anyway. Don't give me no turkey. Just give me a little piece of the ham and get on up out of here. But no, we're not doing that, guys. What do you guys think on Facebook? What do you think? Would you date somebody? Would you date a family member's ex, a deceased family member's ex, or a friend's deceased friends? So the person is totally deceased. So now, would you date their ex? Like which would lead into the next hot topic. So now, with the ex being deceased, are you still considered family? Is that living spouse still considered family? Yeah. So like he died, he done kicked the bucket, so we never divorced. So now I'm going around the family. Should I still go to his family functions? Yeah. Should the family still, embrace me as the daughter-in-law, even though
he might make your cousin that is single?
But he's deceased, so he's deceased. So my husband, I've never had a husband, and he's not deceased. But just the husband is deceased, or the wife. Is that spouse, the living spouse, still considered an in-law? And should you expect to be, should they expect to be invited to family functions? Because
they are still an in-law, yes.
And see, you know what? Here's what's so weird about it. So then what happens when they get married again? Because I'm just like, okay, so if you have somebody that was related to you by marriage, and so now the spouse, which was your family member, they're deceased, do you still refer to that person as auntie or uncle? Even though the person
we was married, yeah.
So yeah, and I'm like, so it's like now,
you're so mean.
Because you know what? Here's the thing, because I'm like, I know a situation where like they went on and got married, and so now we're related to the deceased spouse, but we still embrace the other person, as the family member. But the new spouse is looking like, what y'all want? I mean. The wife, y'all ain't family no more because the wife is dead. So what y'all calling her auntie for? What y'all calling him uncle for? Like, what do y'all want? No, this is what the new spouse is looking like. So who's wrong? Are we wrong as the family still wanted to embrace the family, the spouse that's living, even though the deceased spouse was really your biological family?
No, y'all not wrong.
Because I'm telling you, some of these folks, let me tell you, we done ran up on a couple of folks. They done got remarried and got them new boos. And the new boos looking like, yeah, he's dead. And you're calling, and I'm sorry, why are you referring to my husband as uncle? Or why are you referring to my auntie as my wife as your auntie? But people look at you like that. And then you like, wait a minute. First of all, you don't even know who you married to. Second of all, they cheating on you. Third of all, see now, then you go running down. Now they about to cry.
You probably just want to be sitting, all indignant to the people. They crying, they done pour their heart out. And here you go. Let me tell you about yourself real quick.
We got Adrian, she's saying no. Jawan is saying nope. Toya is saying yes, still family. My deceased husband family is still my family. Toya is saying family, not wrong. See, that's the thing. I think it just depends on those families. Because now, listen, you do have some messy people that can't. Especially if they don't like you. You the new person, baby. Y'all come together for Thanksgiving. They gonna have a whole little spread. They gonna have a special little plate at the table. You can't.
Now she
dead, right?
But this is that's where she would sit at all the time. So you can't be sitting right there. You need to stand up or go sit at the children's table. We got a spot right there for you. Now, but you can't make the macaroni and cheese because Salsa always made the macaroni and cheese, and you don't look like yours would taste like hers. So don't.
I mean, because we just trying. We just looking out for him because he's still in mourning. It's been 9 years.
He's still mourning.
we so used to taking care of him. So don't
Yes.
like. Well, wait a minute. I personally, I'm not gonna walk in no mess like that. I already.
You know you're wrong,
Woo!
right? You know that's your damn sister's, your sister's husband right there. She ain't been dead for 2 weeks, and you're up here laying up with his ass, huh? I hope you catch worms, because it looked like it got worms. That's how she died, because he gave her worms and stuff. And that's how she died. Mm-hmm.
Like you sitting up there, you sleeping in the same bed.
Same bed. And that her outfit? Yeah, your ass going to hell. You're going to hell. Both of y'all going to hell. You know you're wrong. Did y'all kill her? You're going to hell. That's what's going on.
So when you have messy people like that, listen, it's too much to deal with. So listen, leave these folks ex alone. If I'm okay with embracing the other side, because I do unfortunately have people, that have deceased exes, deceased family members, but it's like I never know, and I'm just asking for myself. I never know how to act in that situation. Like, do you? And because, like I said, we've definitely gotten some looks, and I'm like, well, first of all, my family member was better than you know. So now you wrong. You just see, but it's like you bring like you feel like vibes, especially if you had a tight, close family. Woo! And then so now we don't have that same type of relationship with the spouse that's living, because they went on to remarry and everything, and they just it's just it's just like I'm just like that woman looked like
just so bogus.
And then she looking at us because it's like, okay, so technically we're not blood family, so she like, okay, first of all, I don't want you all up on my man like that, but this my uncle. No, this ain't your uncle.
This not your uncle.
This not
my
your
man. This
Ooh,
mine.
I be like, oh Lord, please somebody give her a line and trim her beard.
When you see it at the family reunions and stuff, and the person comes with their new spouse, whatever, or new girlfriend, and they're not even fully divorced yet. I be cracking up. Like, I be going to all my friends' family reunions and gatherings and stuff. One of my friends, their family, I'm so close with, and the new girlfriend came to my friend's birthday barbecue, and her best friend is her uncle's ex-wife. So she was there, and I was just sitting back and said, this is gonna be good. So the uncle came, and he brought his new girlfriend, and I'm just sitting back like, eating the popcorn like, oh. And then the children was like, they grown, they was like, oh, that ain't my daddy's girl. That ain't my dad. That be my mama. I was like, oh
my God.
This is good.
And see, situations like that now being, listen, don't judge me, but I strive to live right. I strive to do the right thing. But sometimes some of these people, y'all spirits don't be right. And, you'll push a person that's trying to be right there on the edge of doing the right thing, and you'll push us over because we ain't fully on the right side of the track yet. But then you come in with that bad spirit, and now listen, now all chaos done broke out, and now you want to blame it on that person, but it's not so, because you are the spirit. So we got April. She's saying depends on the relationship. I was thinking about getting on a widow dating site. April, you gotta let us know.
April is my girl. I love April. That's my Aquarius girl. I love her.
You gotta let us know how that worked out, April.
Be wrong. Hey man,
you gotta let us know how that worked out.
That's my girl.
I never even thought about a widow's dating.
Girl, I be all. I used to. I haven't been on it in a while, but I used to be on a widow's one. Oh, I went on a cowboy one. I was like, I just want something. Let's try something out. Let me see what's going on. I went on the big girl one. Oh God. You the match, the rest of them. I went on them all. I went on the sugar daddy one. I was like, let me see what they really. Yeah, their people are really into stuff these days. Yeah.
Wow. You know what? I've never been on a dating website. I just set you up. No, I don't want. No, I've heard about your stories. I'm like, I am old. No, I'm okay.
She's just.
No,
you can't wait to get yourself on.
No, like y'all remember back in the day, the party lines or whatever.
Yeah,
I got on a party line before, and I'm just like, oh my God, what was the guy? I don't know. I met him way up. I met him like with my family. We were all like at the lakefront on the north side, and he was like weird. I'm like, and my family, the guy, like they kind of, it don't really, so I don't know. I don't know what happened to him, like, because he was creepy. He was freaking me out, so I got away from him, and then I went on here with my family, and I kind of left him up there. But that was like, I ain't doing this no more. This is some stupid ish, and this was back in the '90s. So now this 2000 plus all this bull junk with these. Pass me not, just pass me by with the bull junkie. Okay, keep your dead exes, keep your sisters and your listen. Keep away from me, kid. Keep away from me, guys. We're gonna take a short musical break. Sure. And when we return, we're gonna get into more hot topics. You're listening to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time. Y'all.
Felt like we were on the same page. Led me to believe we'd be together someday. Based on calling the dates, you play pressure. Yeah. I'm in too deep, my feelings keep getting stronger. Is it all in my head? Your actions showing me different. Don't expect me to be faithful without commitment. You talk to who you want while my heart's involved. I'm sick, not your one and only. It's really killing me that with you I gotta share. I don't like what you do to me, baby. Why can't you be fair? Me only, we've discussed this. Let's just stop wasting each other's time. Let's stop wasting each other's time. You know and I know this don't even feel right. Do you even love me? Your actions not showing me. I don't like what you do to me, baby. Why can't you be fair? Me only, we discussed this. Let's just stop wasting each other's time. Let's stop wasting each other's time. Let's stop wasting each other's time.
Welcome back to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time. On IntellectualRadio.com, we are an iHeart station.
Yes.
I'm your host, Jay. And sitting next to me, we have my co-host, my partner in crime, Sizzling, Sexy, Simply, E, author, actress, businesswoman, playwright, sex king. Hey, E, how's it going?
Yeah, it's closed. I've been celibate for a minute.
What you?
And I haven't been selling a bit. I've just been celibate.
Well, listen, I wish we had some hand claps up in here. Won't he do it? You know what? And if you feel like donating to our ministry, it's the Cash App, the $ J Spot 2018, and send it in care of E, so we can help her stay on the right. Just send her a word, a couple of dollars of encouragement, to keep her on her way. Because you know what? How is that? How has your journey
Actually,
been?
I'm pretty cool.
When you make your mind up, it's all good.
I'm pretty cool, and I do have my toy, but I rarely, that's like, I think I've probably used it twice or whatever, but my mind has been so busy, and I got so much other things that I have to do, and I've been so busy with that. I get in my bed at night. I love my bed. It's comfortable. I watch my movies when I want to relax, and I be sleep. I'm just like, I don't have time. I don't feel like somebody coming over You want me on whatever side of my own bed, and I don't want to go over your house and be on whatever side of your bed that you want me on. I don't want to be bothered with all that, or I got to deal with you, entertain you. No,
See, and I like to call that, you know what, that's just your season of regrouping. And it's just like, you know what, sometimes you have to have some alone time. Sometimes you have to put yourself on a relationship and a dating time out just so that you can regroup, especially with going through a whole bunch of bullish and
mm,
everything that's going on with COVID. I mean, it's a lot going on in the world. So it's just like to say, you know what? I don't want to date. I don't want to be bothered right now. That's okay, because guess who spends a lot of time in that zone? Me,
mm,
you know. And it's listen, I will get like, you know what, I don't feel like being bothered, because you know what, especially when you get tired. And I'm gonna tell you, it's not even a physical tired. It's like when your spirit and your mind is just tired of the bull junk. It's so easy to be by yourself. It's so
Lord.
easy to not date. It's so easy to be celibate because you're tired. You're tired of
I'm very
the
tired.
ish that's going on. And it's just like, you know what? I don't have time for this. Maybe when I get my spirits back up, get a little bit more energy, then I'll get back out there. But right now, I don't even feel like fronting, because then you sitting up here talking, having a conversation, and then you thinking that I want you to buy me something, and then you get
I
mad. But
don't.
who feels like dealing with all that? So I definitely understand, and that's a good place to be. Welcome,
It is so funny.
welcome.
I've been getting the whole, but baby, beautiful. I know I'm beautiful. I thank you so much. You're so sweet, baby, beautiful. Listen, I'm on my way home. Why don't you something? No, I feel like something by. But I am talking to somebody, so
Oh,
that's the good thing. Like, and I do enjoy the dialogue and the conversation, and then I be in my own little world. Like, I will watch you just run yourself raggedy. Like the other day, I sit back and watch you run yourself raggedy. I'm good. I've offered on certain things, and if you don't want the help, that's not a problem either, because I love my bed. It's a very comfortable spot. So
listen,
I
I
will watch
totally
you run around like a chicken with its head cut off.
I totally get that. Now, listen, we have April. She's saying, what if they've been dating, been getting a divorce for like a year and a half? Yeah, no, it depends on, I would say, the assets, because I think that that's the only thing that takes, a long time, is when they have a sizable amount of assets and they can't, you know, they can't come to find any common ground on how to divide said assets. But if you just got an apartment in a Toyota Camry, it's taking you a year and a half to get,
Like me a year because I
um
can't get this Toyota
I'm
Camry.
I may look elsewhere. I may tell him, you know what, tell him or her, you know what, you holler at me when y'all divide that $50 up. Then you come and holler at me. If I'm
Don't be
still
like that.
available, then yeah. But I mean, that's just a iffy gray area that you gotta really make sure that your position is solidified, because things can change. So I would just say, be mindful. Hey Marcus, how you doing? Toya, she's saying, let me know how that dating site goes. I guess the widow dating site.
That is so hilarious. April, you have me cracking up,
She said the
boy.
cowboy dating site.
Yes, April. Yeah, I did check out the Cowboy. When I saw the commercial, I was like,
Where
this
did you see
looks
it?
legit. Because I was watching some commercial.
Lord.
And I was like, I'm going to go and try this. I was like, oh, wow, it's legit. Like I saw, and a few years ago, I remember when I was reading somebody's story. This girl was needed some money to get her stuff paid for college. And, I stay in college. So I was reading the girl had this older guy, a sugar daddy, whatever, and he had sent her money, this and the other, and paid for her tuition. And I said, I wonder. And when I found out how she found them, it was on a dating
Right.
site. So I found the sugar daddy dating site.
Now I've
And
heard of the sugar daddy dating
that's
site, but I've
real.
never heard of
That's
the.
real. Them men is paying. Them men got money.
Listen. Trust me. I do not deny that. I don't doubt that at all. But like, I've never heard of the cowboy dating site. I've heard of the Christian dating site, but I'm just like, okay, if what you're dealing with, you see them jokers in church on Sunday, so I'm just like, please, because and they good for. Ooh, let me tell you, don't be single up in the church, and they be
Mhm.
having all these.
So
I
true.
used to tell them, you know what? I'm not visiting no churches. I don't do visiting churches, and here's why. Don't think that you're going, because see, it's a setup. Let me tell y'all. It's a setup. I've been in church for a long time, so I recognize how they be setting you up. We're gonna go on over there. See, it's the single, the horn. I'm just gonna listen. I'm gonna call it like it is. You pastor probably gonna get mad at me. That's all right. You know, they got them horny old, decrepit old deacons over there. You know, they got 90 years old. They first wife done died. They, you know, kids is grown, grandkids, and so they over there. They alone. So now they want to get. They looking for a wife.
You don't want to touch nothing.
I'm not the one. You want to touch that. Don't come trying to parade me around. Oh, you know, because they, you know, they talk. The pastors, they talk. You know, letting them know how many single sisters they got. You know, we're gonna have the little single sisters come on over.
Put some babies
I'm like,
up in
you
that.
know what? First of all, and you all, I'm telling you, I don't try to be rude, but it just, it's something that it just comes out of. It's just something just comes over me. I'm like, you know, first of all, because I'm very peculiar about who comes into my space. Don't come hugging me. Don't come, you know, even doing the church. I'm so past those church hugs. Listen, I don't even want to, now the day of COVID, I don't even want to fist bump you. I can just be like, what's up, dog? You know, whatever. But I'm
like y'all can put a couple of babies up in your girl.
Right, got them childbearing.
Yeah.
No, my childbearing days are over.
No,
you know, I'm done.
Never too late. But let me take my teeth out, and then I'm gonna show you something real quick.
Right. So now these it's a lot of single brothers over there. Yeah, but how many feet out the grave do they have? They all hairline up. Look.
Know that every first of the month, that Social Security check is coming for you, man.
So I know, like I said, I've already asked that I not be, you know, included in the single sisters list because I will listen. I know I will be. Trust me. I've been in plenty of meetings with the pastors because I have said something that they felt was inappropriate to the brother. So I'm like, you know what? But you set them up though, because I'm like, you know, I've already said that. You know, ain't none of these brothers over here. I'm not interested in nobody in this church. So do not send any of these brothers my way. Listen, the wallet. Let me tell you, some of these brothers, they wallets all big. Listen, ain't
that's to tell you they got
money. No, money ain't been in there so long. It's just old receipts and old.
Because they can take that back when they finish wearing that suit and go back over there to what's that place that y'all where. That Lord Lifer place, K&G. You take it back to that K&G place.
Lord have mercy. So I'm just like these folks with this dating mess is just pure ridiculous. We got Tasha. She's saying, "Yes, Sister J, dating is so difficult. It is difficult. Look,
don't be like that.
Listen, peace out to all of y'all with all this dating. But guys, listen." The next hot topic. Yeah. Now, before I say this, you all please think long and hard. Don't, because you know some of y'all can be
long and hard.
You know what? I'm not. Some of you all can be really harsh. Now, if an ex was to contact you and they told you that they needed a blood transfusion or an organ, would you donate?
Hell no.
If any ex, do you have?
I wouldn't donate an eyelash. Okay.
Would you donate if an ex needed a blood transfusion, and you were the exact match? You were the only one. They have this rare, they needed a kidney or something. Would you donate blood, or would you offer up the organ that they needed in order to save their lives? Would you?
Casper, would you offer that up? I don't know. Even Casper's there. Here you go.
Now look.
Would you?
I would do blood. Now, my thing is, as far as a kidney, I'm like, I wouldn't do an organ, because my thing is, I have a kid. So what if my son need, or you know, so blood I would, but an organ, you know, I got to say that organ. What if my husband needed my kidney, or needed, or, you know, some, you know, half of my liver or something like that? You know, listen, those organs go to the one I pledged my life to. Now, listen, you ruined your chance, beloved. You know, so I don't have anything to do with that. But I would give blood. But you know, as far as the organ, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. I got to say that organ, my husband may need my kidney. You know, my son may need my kidney. Somebody in my family may need my kidney, but you know, the organ, I'm just not gonna be able to do it. Toya, she's saying nope, low iron, so no blood either. You know what, Dad, Toya, I just thought about that. Me too. They ain't listen. I get in there, they probably be trying to give me some. They probably be taking his blood to give it to me. Oh, Dick. So dude, you X'd out. Either way it go, I ain't got nothing. At least out now. Look,
I'm still waiting for my ex-husband to drop dead so I can get his heart and give that to a friend of
well,
mine.
no, you are not.
I am.
No.
She need a heart. That's my girl over the piss. That's a heart. Promise that heart to her. I was like, I ain't gonna poison him because I don't want, her to get sick. Yeah, the best the heart, so I can't kill him. So I'm like, I mean, the best way would be poisoning, right? But can't do that. And I don't want to hit him with my car and then something happens to the heart.
Right, you can't have no stress.
Yeah, I just need you to just die, and then I already got dibs on that. She already know. We talked about this years ago. All right, man, listen, when I was married to the dude, I was like, okay, sign this little card right here. Because when you died, that heart going to her. He was like, what? Just sign right here. He was like, they was looking, so crazy. Yeah, just sign right here. Girl, I got you a heart, girl. Donnie, he work out. It's a healthy heart. Yes, girl. We're going to make it. We're going to watch. We're going to be 80 together, girl. I got you. And then watch. Got you.
No, I can't. I don't think I can do it. Like I said, the blood, if I was able to be a donor, as far as donating blood, I would definitely donate blood. But the organs, no, those organs stay with me. Those organs are, designated for family. That's not.
I have a friend who I keep on shrinking these little cheap chairs. Somebody keep on buying, have them sturdy enough for this thickness. One of my, not a friend, associates that I ain't even call them associates, they ain't even that close. Person I just know. They got married, and she was a little scandalous, a little helpful. But either way, she had a kidney disease or whatever, and she needed a kidney. And this dude, her husband, he gave her his kidney. He gave her one of his kidneys. They are divorced.
No.
And she got
I want my kidney back.
And some people say that's why she married him to get his kidney. And she got the kidney.
That's not.
She got the kidney.
Oh, that is so wrong on so many. I think I would want and this is like, it was a show where the guy he had bought the lady all the had out the plastic surgery, and he was suing her for her implants. So he had paid to get her butt and her breast. He got all this stuff done, and he was also saying that she did this because it sexually turned him on or whatever. So he was suing for the right to still continue to have sex with her and to be able to touch on what he purchased. Because he's like, you know what? I purchased that. I purchased it for me. We did this for me. And that was your agreement. And I think she even signed something. She signed something.
Honey.
That was so good. That was the craziest case. But I mean, it did not work out in his favor because he did not get the break. He didn't get the fill on her boobs.
He should have got him a real lawyer. You can't go up in these courts like that and play lawyer. You got to have your real one.
Yeah, because
don't get you one of them people's, some strange names. You can't get one of them that's in the tall office buildings. They gonna get you their money.
Yeah, because it was crazy because it was actually an agreement. So this was not something that he was just frivolously coming in there suing her for. She was actually in breach of contract, but the judge was like, you know what, this contract is outrageous. This is not an enforceable contract because we cannot make her have sex with you even though you're not married. We cannot make.
But I rejuvenated that vagina. I rejuvenated that.
Are you serious? But I'm just like, you know what, listen, or at least is she entitled to pay the money back? Now I'm thinking, had he had that clause in there, then he probably would have got the money. But he was like, it ain't even about the money.
He wants those his treasure chest. Those his fun bags, Hello.
So just be mindful, guys, on what we are doing when we are, entering into these agreements. And just my thing is, watch how you treat people, because in the event that something did happen to you. You never know who you're gonna need. But everybody out here trying to play games and all this and that, be the biggest player and all this and that. You never know who you gonna need. So watch who you playing over, watch who you playing on, and watch who you're hurting, because that very person that you're hurting could be the very person that you end up needing, and then you done hurt them so bad. Listen, they done got all that coal and crap on their heart. They can't even see straight to do the right thing to possibly help you, to possibly save your life, because you done sucked all the life up out of them. You just done pound so much on them that you know what they like. Listen,
And I might need that hard for a transfer.
right? He like, listen, you can go wherever you want to. You can take you and that bad ticker and that no blood, and y'all can go wherever and don't come back. And guess what? In the condition that you have, you probably won't be coming back. So just watch how you do, people, guys. We're gonna take a short musical break.
Sure.
And when we return, we're gonna get into our next hot topic, and then we're talking about deal breakers. What is your deal breaker? You listen to the Jaye Spot.
Hello, my name is MCB. Brainstorming. Want to get your feelings hurt. So you wanna be loved by me. Hello, my name is MCB. Brainstorming. Hoping that you would come back home. I called me on the telephone cause I'm so alone. Walked around the house thinking of you. See, me and you hand in hand is how we used to be. The happy days, the times we shared. Without you, baby, it's so young, yeah. Please forgive the things that I've done to you. I knew I did a few, but baby, I love you too. I'll take you to the beach where the wind blows, and let the waves in the sand run through your toes. Whatever you want, whatever you need, I'll plant the seed. But do you agree? I should deal with that you have another man, but I can understand. You're still wearing my wedding band. I'll just chill and think about the whole thing in the moment. So I guess I'll keep brainstorming. Want to get your feelings hurt. So you wanna be loved by me. Hello, my name is MCB. Brainstorming. Want to get your feelings hurt. So you wanna be loved by me. Hello, my name is MCB. I know it's daylight, the sun's bright, my mind is clear. I can smell the breakfast that you used to cook, my dear. Some cold water on my face so I can come to reality and realize it's me. My mind is not at ease since you've been gone. Please come back, cause I'm so alone. P.S. Yeah, you know, been looking for you for the longest. Ever since you left. But now, I'm real independent, just laying back chilling. But I wanna let you know you really thought about it every night, day. So, I can move these words and have voice to mention them to you in the background, you know what I'm saying? But I really want you back. So come back as soon as possible, cause I love you. Brainstorm, want to get your feelings hurt. So you wanna be loved by me. Hello, my name is MCB. Brainstorm, want to get your feelings hurt. So you wanna be loved by me. Hello, my name is MCB. Brainstorm, want to get your feelings hurt. Want to get your feelings. Want to get your feelings. Do you wanna be loved by me? Hello, my name is so you wanna be loved by me? Hello, my name is Yeah, kind of keeps me on the slow dance tip, you know what I'm saying? It's a real nice groove. That's why I had all the fellas singing with me. You know what I'm saying?
Gonna,
Get back to Jaye.
welcome back to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and family, one conversation at a time. On IntellectualRadio.com, we are an iHeart station. I'm your host, Jaye,
Here you go. They go to Tampa accent.
and sitting next to
Here
my,
you go.
we have my
Don't
co-host,
go down south.
my partner
They
in
gonna know.
crime, sizzling, sexy, simpler. Hey, how you doing?
I'm great.
Friend,
Yes.
you are rocking. We are rocking and rolling, you guys, up in here. We want to
Up
thank
in
you
here,
so much for
up in
joining
here.
us. Please do me a favor. Go to our page and like our page at the
J
J Spot.
Spot.
Follow us on Twitter at
J
J Spot.
Spot.
Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio. And Jay is spelled Jaye for all three. Now, guys, listen, our next hot topic. So, the couple, they've been living together for almost a year. They split the bills, but he pays the bigger portion because he makes more money than she does. So he recently got a bonus from his job and he didn't tell her. She says that she knows that it's his money, but she feels like he should have told her about it, especially since it was almost $3,000. So should she be upset? So her question is, do I have the right to be upset with him for not telling her about the bonus that he received from his job that he worked hard for? He's paying most of the bills. He's paying the bigger portion of the bills. And the thing is, they're just living together. You're not even his wife. So
Oh no, she can't get mad about
can
that.
she get mad because he got a bonus and he didn't tell her?
No, she just got to get over hell. She should have made that his wife then. I mean, she should have made him her husband or something. No.
So if it was the wife, would that be something different?
No, that's
then?
her money too. If the wife was, if she got a bonus and she was the one that was taking care of his behind, no, that's her money. Hell, I'll take all that 3,000. Sure. Baby, where you get that purse from, huh? I played a dumb death row, huh? What? Where you get, huh? When I got a job, they gave me this good bonus.
So that's the question, guys. So a couple has been living together for about a year. They split the bills. However, he pays the bigger portion of the bills because he makes more money. She found out that he got a $3,000 bonus. And now she's wondering, should she be upset that he got the bonus and he did not mention it to her? Keep in mind, they're not married. They're just dating. So I don't know. Like, I wouldn't be upset because, again, at the end of the day, first of all, they're not married. Second of all, he's taking care of the majority of the bills. My question is, you, ma'am, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Why aren't you getting a bonus, or why aren't you getting extra money? And why do you feel like you're entitled to his money? He's already like taking care of everything else. Maybe like, I'm thinking about this wrong. Maybe this been out on my own, been paying my own bills for too long type of syndrome. So I don't know. You guys tell me, what do you guys think? Am I looking at this the wrong way? I'm like, okay, that's his money. If he chooses to mention it to you, then he chooses to mention it to you. If he doesn't, he doesn't. It's just like, okay, at the end of the day, guess what? He's still paying the bills. It's not saying that, oh, he's not paying the bills. He's still paying the bills. But it's like, you're not obligated to have his every last dime. Like,
I used to be like that, but
Be like
I,
what?
I used to be like I'm obligated to every little penny this dude was making because I would get an allowance and he would pay, the bills, and I still got to keep my money that I made. And then if he had a side hustle, so his side hustle money, I'd be like, can I? Yeah, I hear me like now. I'm like, but I got so used to getting that part of the summer because he would give it to me. So then when he stopped giving it to me, I'm like, wait a minute, and that's mine too because you gave it to me all these other times. So why stop now? So that's why I got in the habit of getting, I felt like I was entitled to.
I mean, and I guess that's different when you come in from. I don't know. So I definitely would need some help with that because I'm just like I'm so used to, doing my own thing and paying. Like I wouldn't know how to react with getting a. First of all, I'm just not. I know I'm not cut up for it. To be the homemaker, the housewife, not working. I will be absolutely crazy, and I know I would drive him crazy with nothing to do. I'm like, I don't have any small kids, so I don't have a reason to not be out and about grinding and hustling and making it happen. I just would not know what to do with that type of relationship. So I'm just happy that things are the way that they are because I could not be a full-time, mom, housemaker, homemaker, and not have a job. And as far as like paying the bills and we're splitting the bills and everything, I'm like, okay, well, I wouldn't know how that feels. So I'm definitely kind of eager to see how
How I
that
feel.
feels because I'm like, oh my, go to paying all my bills. So, I, listen, let me get an extra, $50. Listen, baby, let me tell you, I'm telling you, I'm gonna upgrade that coffee, baby. You think you seeing me 5 times a week, baby? You're gonna be seeing me all 7 days out of the week.
Kenny DJ Garner. Hey,
Hey, DJ
DJ
Kenny.
Kenny. He says, hey, ladies, my favorite talk show ladies. I see y'all. And Mr. Alex Blackshire says,
Hi,
I don't
Alex.
believe you're looking at it the wrong way.
Okay,
It
help me.
is a communication issue between them. They do not have an understanding of each other's expectations as it relates to personal finances. A speed bump.
Oh, see now, you know what? Finally, sound grown man. And see
I
that's
love
a grown
Alex.
man right
I
there.
love Alex.
That's
That's
a
my
grown
boy.
man right there. That was a grown man response. See, ladies, they out there. They out there. They
Yeah.
not all out there trying to have you to, hold out on
Spend it
their
all
money
out.
because
Give me all your
you don't
stuff.
want to have sex with them on the first date. Now you don't want to play. Grown man answer
Yeah.
right there, and it's definitely appreciated. But again, it goes back to definitely having a conversation, even if you are moving in. You know what? It's a conversation that needs to be had. What is expected of me? Like when you move in, do you get joint bank accounts or like who pays what bill? Like if you're moving into their place, do they have everything under control? So now what are you expected to do when you move in? Those are questions that I would ask. So I'm like, okay, well, you know what? Do you want me to get the lights turned on in my name or you want me to get the cable? What bills do you want? Or is that too much?
I'm a silent person.
You
I sit there like, I cook. Baby, what? I'm about to go get these girls. Because I'm so used to when I've lived with a man that they took care of all that type
right.
of stuff. I didn't really have to, put this in my name. They were like, no, man, I'm gonna do this. Woo. Only one time when it was my place did I have that issue where everything was already in my name because he moved in my place.
Mm-hmm.
But besides that, I've always after that it was I lived with them and they had the stuff turned in their names and that was it. Even when I was married, it was in his name and that was that or whatever. So
See, I've never lived with anybody, so I don't know what I wouldn't know like what to expect. Like, how does that conversation look? But I do know that I would have that conversation because again, coming from paying my own bills, I'm like, I don't know how I would feel with, because I would feel like I'm living on somebody and I don't, that would be uncomfortable for me because I'm just like, okay, I'm used to taking care of my own responsibility. So I personally would not know how to react in a situation like that. But I do know that there would be a conversation that would be had just so that you can know what's expected. Like Alex said, what's expected of you in the relationship, because I don't think that I'm gonna come and live with you and not pay anything. I'm like, not buy a grocery, not do enough. I'm like, wait a minute, no, because then I would feel like you holding something. I don't know. That's just me. And maybe relationships are not like that, but that's just how I would look at it. Like, you're holding something over me because you're taking care of everything, and here it is, I'm not doing anything. But I would be doing stacking my money. That's what I would. Let me tell you something. Let me, but I would not want to stay with anybody and not do anything. And I'm like, your money is your money. If you decide to give me some money, then that's great. I mean, if you not, I mean, that's fine too. But if I need something and we're living together, then I would definitely hope that you would, think enough of me to, to help me out. I mean, we living together, so obviously we love each other, have some type of feelings for each other, or are we roommates?
I don't know what Toya said.
What they saying? Toya, she's saying that's his money. She said, my mother told me when I got married to have a joint account for household stuff and definitely have my own separate account. Absolutely. Bingo. I'm going to go with that one right there too. Because again, you just don't want there to be any confusion. Like, again, conversations up front is business. Relationships are business. Like, these are business arrangements. And a lot of times our relationships fail because we are not talking about the business. We are just, getting so caught up in the emotions and, just have the la la land cherries in your eyes. But at the end of the day, okay,
so
who's covering the insurance? Who's covering the, who's covering the rent? Who's covering the mortgage? Who's covering all of that? Even though you were already doing it, but now that we live together, what are your expectations? And then what is this? Are we living together for indefinitely? Or are we living together for a trial run and then we're going to revisit the conversation of marriage in 3 to 6 months or 6 months there has to be a game plan. That's all I'm saying. I can't be walking around and don't know what we're doing. We just not going to be walking around. So it's like when you are entering into these type of situations, definitely talk about what they said. This on Instagram. How y'all doing?
She was like, first of all, it's your cousin, girl. First of all, I would rather we find a place together rather than moving in with one another. That's what he said. Some people will still feel this is my place. That is so true. This is my place routine.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't want her to feel that she can put me out at any moment because this is her apartment.
And see, and that's what I would feel like too. So it's that like if you moving into somebody else's place, okay, so is it unrealistic to ask for your name to go on the lease? And here's the thing too. Now, quiet is kept. Now, what if they rent or their mortgage is more than what
you can afford?
See, and it's a difference between your name going on a lease versus your name going on a deed for their house. So would you expect your name to go on the deed of their house when they already bought and they had the house? You know what? By being a property owner, no. we're gonna have to get something. We're gonna have to get something else. I'm like, I've had this prior to the marriage. I'm like, so we got to get our own ish.
You ain't gonna put them on the deed.
No.
Oh, yeah, don't be like that.
No, we would have to start like no.
Put John on the deed.
We have to. Jackie Chan cannot go on the like deed. We can't do that. Like
that's stuff, how you just don't. You gonna miss out on your blessing.
No, we have to start over. Like we have to get stuff together. Like I don't know, you guys help me. So is that wrong? Like if you already have property, do you go into the marriage expecting your name to be put on their property? Or if they have on cars and stuff that they already own, do you expect for your name to go on their property? Anything that they have before the marriage, do you feel entitled to that? Or are you going to come in there, you know what? Let's build together. Like I want to build together. I don't want to come in, this is the stuff that you've worked for. Now let's see what we're going to accomplish together. Because if you've done this on your own, man, I know with us being together, we're going to be able to trailblaze through some things. But I'm like, I'm not expecting to come in and get up on your ish. And it's just, I don't know. But again, maybe that's that independent. You've been running your own ship for too long type thinking. So that's why I always like to hear from people that have been married or people that are married or are in, serious committed relationships. How does that conversation look like? What does that conversation look like? Do you just, oh, I'm getting everything? We have Toya, she's saying we would have to get something else together. My house I have is going to my children. And I feel the same, and I feel the same way. It's just like, you know what? This house is already this
It's
issue is
spoken
already
for.
spoken for. So, we gotta, do that. And then you even get into, and I hope y'all got these wills.
Yeah, I told my son the other day.
You
I
have to
swear
get
to
your,
God, we talked
you
about
have to
that the
have
other
your
day.
last will and testament. And I know a lot of us don't want to think about that, but
But
listen,
you gonna die.
we gonna check out. And it's like you want things, your business to be
It's
taken care of,
point
because to be honest, that's the thing that really makes
everything is real.
death so painful and it makes it so hard, is because a lot of people, you got to scrunch and get this. Now you got to scrunch and come up with money for the insurance, for the burial, for the. Listen, you all, if you don't have life insurance, please get it together. I'm not plugging nobody because they ain't, sponsoring the J Spot. But listen, if you are an insurance provider and you want to sponsor the J Spot, let us know. But until then, I will say this: please get you some life insurance, because it makes it easier for the family. Life insurance is not for you. It's not for the living. It's not for the dead. It's for the living. It's to make sure that your ish is handled when you dead and gone. Because guess what? When you dead and gone, I don't know if y'all know this, but they still gonna send hospital bills to your family. They gonna send all them bills to your family. They trying to save your life and all this other stuff. Those bills still do go out. Now they may see I'm sorry to have to do this to you, but yeah, she still owe that 100,000. And since you the next of kin, we gonna go ahead on and pass. Yeah, they do bill dead people. I just want you to
know. Just take me. If I get sick, I fever, y'all. I'm ready to go. Take me to the VA hospital. You ain't got to pay a bill. Don't worry. When we get married, if I get married to whomever, when I die, you good. I'm a veteran. They gonna bury me in the. I don't plan on getting buried. I want to get cremated and get blown all over the earth somewhere, whatever. They traveling with the wind. I'll probably run into some dog poop.
Right, probably. But still, getting cremated is expensive as well.
The VA got me.
It's expensive as well.
Oh, but you said expensive.
I think I did. No, I said expensive to smell. That's what I said smell. No, I didn't. But it's expensive as I meant as well. Getting cremated is expensive as well, because when my dad passed away almost 2 years ago, I'm like, okay, see now, here's what first of all, when I almost fell in the cemetery. Woo, let me tell you all, oh my God, life and death. Let me tell you,
funny.
This is some bull junk. I was out there picking up plot and all this. It was raining and they got all these big potholes. Man,
potholes, those are, people probably die right there too.
I don't know what was going on, but it was raining and it was flooding. And I almost fell in the cemetery because it was just that was just a hard period in my life, and I was by myself. I wasn't even crying. I was just so upset. I was just ready to cuss somebody, because these folks get on my nerves. Now I don't cuss, but these folks about to make me cuss. I was about to say some real bad words, but you know what? It made me embrace the fact that business has to be taken care of, and it will make it. I thought about
that was terrible too. I remember that. Oh, yeah, she was ready because I cussed for a little bit. I was like,
I was ready to cuss.
I'm perfect Nugans, baby, honey.
Lord have mercy. But it's just like, I thought about, what would have made this so easier is had business affairs been in order. And I'm like, that's what especially by my son being the only child, I'm definitely going to have my stuff in order. And I already telling me, we don't want to hear that. We don't want to hear our loved ones.
I got a little happy. I was like, okay, so one of my stocks, I was like, well, okay, so you're the beneficiary of this stock. He was like, I said, don't get that fancy.
Right,
I
don't
said,
get that.
because you need to divide that 3 ways between you and your siblings. He was like, do I have to? I said, well, yes, you have to. I said, that's your siblings. I said, I can only leave one person on it. So
Right.
with this one, you're going to be on that one and just divide it 3 ways. He was like, he's about. I said, don't make me put a will out there, and that will gonna trump what's on this right here,
Right.
because I'm gonna make sure. I said, nah, see, I gotta go ahead and do that for you because I had one, I just got rid of it or whatever. And then I was like, you know what? When he made that little smile, I was like, now I gotta do another one and put everything the right way because I'm like, I'm gonna leave you this one and leave you this one. I'm gonna leave you this one, but that's because I just don't have the names. You can only put one name on stuff. So this way, y'all, I hope that you all would divvy it all up
Right.
evenly. And then he was like, I said, I ain't dying no damn time soon. Give me about 40 years at least. Let me make it
Man.
to 80. Damn. He was like, that Grinch smile,
He's like,
Yeah.
it's so crazy because I'm just like, with the death and everything, with burials and things like that. Like I said, just taking care of the business aspect of it is definitely always, always, so it will make things easier. And then it's like if you get married, definitely you want to have that conversation with your spouse so that nobody is left, feeling, looking some type of way, because often I've seen people pass away and then they thinking that the spouses left them something, but low key your spouse was running you down to their family, and you don't like you really didn't like the person you was married to, so you ain't leave nothing to your wife. You left everything to your mama and them. Now they come put, you all. So it can look at people. It can be real messy. So just make sure you doing right by these folks that you call yourself loving. And if you really don't like them like that, let them know why you alive. That that you don't like them, so that they don't sit up here and be mourning over you, and then find out you didn't like them. Then they come back out to the cemetery and spit and dance on your grave. You don't want that to happen. You want to rest truly
I'm
in
gonna
peace.
tell you now, if you know that me and you do not get along and I don't really like you, and when I die, someone comes to your door and says, oh, Edra has died and she wanted you to come to her funeral, know that it is a setup. I do want you there because I'm having my casket rigged. I'm getting cremated, but this money that I'm spending on this casket, I'm having it rigged. So I'm going to have them at a certain point, because I'm recording myself too before I drop dead, probably in my 40s. So that way, when I get old, I look still cute. And they're going to press a button and my casket, the thing will turn over, the little bedding will turn over and my ass will be exposed. All of you all are going to line up at the casket and then they're going to press play. And it's going to say, now I want all you bastards to kiss my dead ass. So that's what it's going to say. The doors will be locked, so you can't try to run out. But after I have my little speech and stuff, then y'all can leave, because everybody's going to laugh at y'all like, they fell for that stuff. She warned them like 40 years ago. They fell for that. I'm letting you know now.
The doors of the church are now open. I swear.
Then that's what we're going to say at the end. Now the doors of the church is open, bastards. I'm going to smile and I'm going to have one of wicked laugh.
Lord, have us.
That thriller laugh.
You sounding like you planning the ceremony. I know somebody else planning the same type. I'm like, now you know what? You all need God. Both of y'all need the Lord. Talking like that. But guys, listen. If you don't have your business in orders and affairs in order, definitely get some life insurance, make out a living will, and let people know what's going on, because it's like you don't want your stuff to end up in probate court, and by the time these probate people are done with it, the property ain't worth nothing. Nothing ain't worth much, because it's drawn out, and probate court can be long and you have to pay. So it's like that's decreasing the value of what was left, because everybody fighting over it. The more people that's fighting over it, the longer that it's going to take to resolve, and the less that everybody gets. So just definitely have your business affairs in order. Again, nobody wants to talk about that, but everything is real. So guys, listen, deal breakers. That's what we are talking about tonight.
Wow.
What is a deal breaker? A relationship deal breaker?
Hey, Ivory.
What is a relationship deal breaker? When you think of that, what comes to mind when you think of a relationship deal breaker? What comes to mind? when you, God dog it, what is wrong? What comes to mind is I hope that
He pay his cable bill, his internet bill, so
I don't know, maybe it's something new that Facebook is doing. But what comes to mind when you think of a relationship deal breaker? What comes to
him
mind?
living with his mama. Not that him there and he's taking care of her because she's sick, or his parents because they're sick. But you live there just because you live there.
And they just taking care of you.
They taking care of you, and you have the nerve that you want to court or have, sexual pleasure or anything like.
Not in your mama house.
Girl, I swore I met this one. I was avid on the dating site and met the dude. He stayed, it was so funny. He stayed like a block down the street from my insurance piece. And I was like, man, if dude see my car, he gonna kill me. But I went over to dude's house. And I was like, okay, I can stop by. I'm tired or whatever. Stop by. We watched How to Catch a Predator. I said, oh God. I said, this is science for God. And I was like, this is your house? He's like, well, no, it is sort of. I was like, because I can look and see, the antique stuff.
Right.
There.
So
I
you
tell
know
you,
older people.
exactly.
Yeah.
And his room was right here in the middle between his daughter's room and his mama's room. That's like, your motherless? He's like, well, yeah. I said, oh, okay. And he was like, well, no, because, I just got out of, I'm in the middle of a divorce or whatever. I'm like, yeah. And she got the condo. So I just moved back up in here. I was like, and I'm just sitting there like, he's like, well, if you're tired, you can just go ahead and undress a little bit, get comfortable. And I'm like, dude.
In his mama house?
We watching one How to Catch a Predator. So that let me know that your ass is a predator because you didn't put me on this. So I'm like, I don't believe this. I just stay woke. And I dozed off a little bit. I said, give me a cat nap real quick. I gotta go. And he was like, I mean, you can, let me hold you. Oh, you so, what do you say? You're so soft and cushy. That's what they said. I was like, that's a big ass insult unless you're a child. What the hell? And he was like, man, you're like a big pillow. I'm like, yeah. And I was just like, you'll never get these cookies. No.
Oh my
God. So in your mama's house, in your grandma, if it's not your home and not that your name is on it, now your parents live with you so they can take care of your bills, whatever, that's another slick way. No. Your parents got to be there because you're taking care of them because they're sickly or whatever. Not your parents are there because they paying all the bills and you need them to bail your broke ass out. No, that is no.
Wait a minute. First of all, I don't understand how are you even trying to move up on somebody in your mama house?
Every teenage boy has smashed somebody.
Yes, that's a teenage boy.
But that mindset is still there.
A really
like
grown man with a receding hairline, and you eligible for Medicare Part A and B. I don't understand. How are you trying to get off? And in your mama's, and then you got the sneak, you got the whisper. You can't walk around how you
content with. I was like, and then it was so funny. So when the whole quarantine happened, and I saw him, which is recently. This happened years ago when I met him or whatever. So I'm at a grocery store and I had my mask on, and I was like, "Oh, that's you!" I mean, just because you got that mask on, I know your eyes. I was like, "That's dude." I hear one of my friends said, "That's that Cook County sheriff." She was like, "What? That's that correctional officer dude that stayed with his mama. I know him. Let me look back. He might not pay attention to what I look like, but thank God I changed my hair so much so a person get confused." Oh,
wait a minute. So now he correctional officer. So he had
yes.
But then that to me, so that would say that you know what, you didn't manage your money well because coming out of this, you can't even afford to get a studio apartment of your own. Like I don't want nobody that's living with a mama or living with a wife, because I know it's been some posts going around saying that so females, they want to be all picky about dating men that live with their mama, but you would date somebody that live with their wife. Wrong one. I don't know. I don't want neither one of those bammers. So that's just me. I don't want neither one of them. You stay with your wife, stay with your mama, stay with whoever. Just stay away from me. And listen, all is right with the world. But according to an online source, a relationship deal breaker is an issue within a relationship that constitutes one partner breaking up with another. So anything that is a no-go for you. But I would say this, before even entering to a relationship and being to the point of a deal breaker? Shouldn't we acknowledge what those deal breakers are prior to getting in a relationship so that you don't have to, enter into that type of situation? So do you do that? Are you capable of, do you have some deal breakers that, you know what, if they fall into this category of
Hell
this
yeah, we
goes
can't
on,
do it.
I'm not going to be able to deal with that person, or I'm not going to be able to entertain a relationship or anything else for that matter? What are some things that will cause you to be like, okay, now,
If real is jacked up, I'm not going. I'm not. No, I'm not going. If and not, I have gaps between my teeth. It is what it is. I'm not going to get braces because I like the way my mouth feels and I'm comfortable with my gaps. But I have all my teeth. I don't have that missing side tooth routine right there.
yeah,
I don't know if
that's
that tooth is
deep.
bad. And I could even deal with that missing little thing, but when it looks like someone has pulled the pin off a grenade and threw it in your mouth and you caught it. And I've dated. Well, I know I didn't date. I met somebody, beautiful car, beautiful body, handsome, and work, had a great job. And I swear to God, I was like, something's not right. Because this is always, God has such a funny sense of humor. I'm like, he got everything. Man, come on.
What's
come on.
wrong?
And then when he laughed and I saw his mouth, I was like, there's no way in hell. Nope. I can't do that. I can't do the spit that's forming at the thing.
That Beethoven, oh yes, that Beethoven will get. Listen, that Beethoven drool is just definitely a deal breaker. Now, here are some common relationship deal breakers for women. The man is insecure. Okay, he's bad in bed. He's bullheaded or stubborn. He really not too keen on kids.
Yeah, hello. Yes.
He's unemployed. He's a liar, or he's not willing to commit. Now, those are some typical deal breakers for women. But then, I want to add to that, like he said, if you live with your mother, that's definitely a huge deal breaker. And then if you're not financially sound, if you're a frivolous spender, like you can't save anything, like you
Can
already
save your soul.
you can't save anything. Like, to me, that's definitely a deal breaker, because that means that if we got together or we got married, then we're not gonna have anything, because you spend everything. Like your savings, you don't know how to save, you don't know how to budget, you don't know how to manage money good, and that will definitely be an issue, because I definitely experienced that, where every dime, he got, like he just had to go spend every time he got paid, he just goes spends his whole check. And I'm like, first of all, how much money do you make that you're able to spend your whole check every time you get paid? But the thing is, he was coming off the cusp of living with his mother. So he had just transitioned into his own, living on his own. So my thing is, he never really had the experience being 30 plus, or almost 30 at the time. You never had the experience of living on your own. So you always had that, that cushion, because your mama was taking care of everything. So you were in position to just give her 100, 200 bucks, and then you be able to spend your whole entire check on buying things. Now, don't get me wrong, because dresses behind off, but that's because you didn't have no other responsibility.
I can't.
You wasn't taking no responsibility. So then,
even my little 19-year-old, he's 19, he's 20-year-old, he has his own medical insurance, his own insurance that he pays for, his health insurance that he pays for, and a great company and a great private policy.
Right.
I mean, so if my 19-year-old or 20-year-old has his own that, I can't, I just no,
I can't see laying up with somebody that you can't even take care, you can't even take care of yourself. And again, it's not so much as how much money you're bringing to the table. It's just, it's what you're doing with the money that you are bringing to the table. And again, like I said, being on the cusp of talking with me, I'm like, I can't deal with you. You living with your mother. I'm like, I'm sorry. That was just one of the things, and not saying it like that But I'm like, that's just one of the things I can't. There's nothing that we can do because you're living with your mother, and it's definite. Which
and
it is.
it's gonna be an issue because she gonna be like this. That's her. Though it's her son, that's a man too in a sense.
Right.
This is my and then when she's so used to taking care of you, like literally taking care of you, where you don't have no responsibilities, whatever, and you'll always be her child. I want to deal with that crap.
And that's exactly what the situation was. And it's just like, okay, you can't tell me how to run my household. Listen, you don't even have a light or a gas bill, so you don't know what it's like to have a light or gas bill, let alone a mortgage. But every time I turn around, you're shopping, and I'm like, okay, well, did you buy any furniture for your house yet? Did you go, do this, do that? I'm just like, okay, wrong frame of mind, because then it seems like when you're talking to me about it, so now it seems like I don't know how to have fun or I don't know how to live. Well, bruh, I got responsibility, so I can't afford to go to skip and play and get them my whole check because I got a mortgage to pay.
Your cousin said a woman who does not know how to cook. I know it.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna get to the win. Oh, I don't have that one, but okay, you're saying not knowing how to cook for the women. So here are some common relationship deal breakers for men. As he said off Instagram, he said not knowing how to cook, poor hygiene. Ooh, y'all, now you know what? Y'all know that thing should not.
That thing got to be soaked. You just can't be.
No, you need to pull. If you smell that, you need to go. She just needs to get a new one. She needs to get a new one. Fam, send her back to the streets. If you send her back,
I'm gonna just put a condom on it.
Send it back. Send it back. She has a bad attitude.
Yeah.
Oh, how do y'all deal?
They like that stuff. That's a lie. Men like that stuff. They like to be abused. They like that stuff. She just cussed me out like 3 times a day. If she cussed me out only like 4 times, then I know she really, beat it. But 3 times, I know she loved me.
Fellas, do y'all like to be cussed out?
Yes. Go ahead. Look at him on the hat. Look at him in the hat.
Yes. Who is that? He said, "Oh, big, oh wow,
Stan, what you call him?
Stan, yeah, Stan, like
they love being cussed out. Don't you
love being abused." And then they say excessive clubbing. She always in the club. Now I will say this: if you met her in the club, you may have to take that one to your grave. That's all I'm saying is you may have to take that one to your grave. Now, playing hard to get. I don't understand that.
Because they don't want to chase. They don't want to, they figure, well, she should automatically open it up the first day they ask for it. No, she need to play hard to get. She should play hard to get a little bit. Dang, you don't want to loose Lily all over the place. Shoot.
And see, now the next one is they're saying is she's being too easy. So now what does that mean? So it's like you can't win for losing.
But they didn't say bipolar. They didn't say crazy. So they like the crazy ones.
Well, what that follows a bad attitude or no? Crazy is just a whole separate one. That's a whole. Well, see, now I would think that so now, fellas, let me ask this: if she doesn't have like the homemaker, homemaking qualities, is that a turn off? I mean, like, or is that a relationship deal breaker if she doesn't, know how to keep a house, if she doesn't keep a clean house? Because they didn't say anything.
Lying, because I know men who got women who got wives that she just is nasty as hell, and they just
lay up in it. I'm just like, woo, my goodness. I'm just like, all right, and y'all trying to have people come over. Mm-mm. I'm like, oh, okay, like but listen, these deal breakers. But here's the thing, like, if you're single and you're dating, put these out there, like, or at least acknowledge them to yourself and have a mental check-off list of what it is that you want and what it is that you expect, and hold tight to it. It's like, now if it's some frivolous things like where she don't have her nails done, okay, come on, that's something that can easily be fixed. But again, if that's like a deal breaker for you, stick to your guns. Don't get with people and try to change them into something that you want them to be, and what they are and who they are. They're presenting themselves to you. Don't go, with the rose-colored blinds on and shades and things like that. trying to change people, and acknowledge what your deal breakers are and stand on it. So if like you don't want nobody with no kids, don't date nobody with kids.
I swear we have been, if y'all go through the past shows and the stories and the things, we've hit this, before. Oh my God. I still remember the Walrus dude. Remember that Walrus? Yeah, that piece of action.
Oh my God.
And he was a twin. I'm like, why your twin don't look like this? Like that. It's twin. Then I said, damn. Well, I tell you.
It's just like my thing would be is like, you're negative, no goals, no ambitions, you're not fun to be around. It's just like you're just a bad spirit. I mean, bad with money. Just, and then nobody likes you. Like nobody wants to be around you. You're just not a good person to be around. You're unreliable.
Just the hell yeah, that's a turn off. I guess the one about she's not a housemaker and stuff. She can't cook and stuff. Guys, they don't want no dirty ass woman
at all. At all.
I mean, no dirty. I'm sorry. That whole myth about I'm gonna go clean him up. I'm not, if your ass is dirty when I meet you, guess what? I'm gonna leave your ass right there all dirty. I'm not cleaning your ass up. No, I'm not doing that. I refuse. I love Mark Harris. He has that movie called Stock Option, and the girl, the homeless man.
Yeah.
I'm not that one. I'm not believe your little homeless ass right there. And your little dirt. No, you can't come in my house and take a shower. No, that's what. There's a shower at the Mission. And I'm going to leave you there and I'm going to keep it moving because I'm not that damn optimist.
And absolutely. And so here's the thing. At the end of the day, be real with yourself. If nobody else, be real with yourself and acknowledge what your deal breakers are and then stand on it. Don't go change it because then you're not going to be happy and they're not going to be happy. So whatever your deal breakers are, stand on it. And, hopefully you find somebody that, falls into the realm of what it is that you welcome and what you want. Exactly. So guys, listen, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio. And Jay is spelled Jaye for all three. Guys, please be sure to share this feed. And until next time, peace out. Good night.
For hitting the J Spot on IntellectualRadio.com.